Okay, so this is in summation notation, so I want the sum of the third term all the way to the sixth term. This isn't this, because this you created the sigma notation. This is this one where you just list it all in a table. So I'm going to write that down. 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm starting with the third term. That's what goes in for k. So let me show my work first. Feel free to use your calculator. Now, since it's in sigma notation, you need to take this and add those all up into your calculator. So I'm going to go 1/8 plus. Now remember, if it's a fraction, I need it as a fraction, so control divide. Oops. I think I'm just going to pause this actually, add it, and get the answer. So I get 15 over 64. And it's not the sum of the first 10 numbers because it's the third term to the sixth term. So my answer is just 15 over 64. Okay. Now let's do this one. This one is the same thing. I'm actually going to change this one. I'm going to make this k squared. And I'm going to make that a 7. So I'm going to change the problem. Okay. Now, actually, no, I'll make it 7. No, that's too mean. Let's make it 11. Okay. Now, for me to go from the first term to the 11th term and list all of those is ridiculous. So this is when I'm going to use the formula for the parent function of a quadratic. And here's what I mean. Remember here we had formulas. Here's the parent function for a quadratic. So I'm going to use this formula right here to get the answer. So I'm going to go, instead of using, and this should be a k. Okay, that's a k, that's a k. So the formula is n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 over 6. So I'm going to take that 11, which is kind of like my k. I'm going to plug that in. So I'll show my work. Okay. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it into my calculator. I'm too lazy to do all of it, so I'm going to do some of this in my head. 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 times 11 is 132. So I'm going to go 132. 2 times 11 is 22, plus 1 is 23, times 23. And then I'm going to divide by 6. So I get 506. So the sum of the first 11 numbers is 506. If you list these 11 numbers like you did here, you will not get full credit. That is not efficient. If there's a formula to make something more efficient, that's what we're going to do. Last problem for practice, sigma notation. First thing, bless you, I do is write it as sigma because it's sigma notation. It's notating as a sigma. I can use a k and an n. I feel more comfort in the n world. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, so I'll put a 5 here. I then have to decide if it's arithmetic or geometric. I see it's arithmetic, plus 4 plus 4. So now I'll come over here, an, plug in the first term, times the pattern, and 6 minus 4, I get 2 plus 4n. Now if I want to, I can go like this and show the 2 over here. I'm okay with that, and you don't have to do this. And there's my answer for the practice of what you learned on Friday.